And 101 corrupt, morally decayed or dishonest. Corrupt officials, corrupt society. Power can corrupt. Yeah, one tunnel, two transformation, a thorough or dramatic change, transformation, economic transformation, undergo a transformation, social transformation, 103 immortal, living forever, immortal soul, immortal fame, become immortal, in order to throw gem, my precious stone, gem, shiny gem, rare gem, hitting gem, 105 mine, a place to extract minerals, mine, gold mine resources, abandoned mine, out to a 6 pension, a regular payment after retirement, pension, receive a pension, state pension plan, pension, under 7, comprehend the grasp mentally. Comprehend the meaning, comprehend fully, difficult to comprehend. And cuddle 8 wrinkle, a small line on the skin or fabric, wrinkle. Facial wrinkles, iron out wrinkles, develop wrinkles, wrinkle. 109 timid, lacking courage, timid. Voice feel timid, too timid to speak, timid. Timid examiner, a person who inspects or tests. Examiner, driving examiner, medical examiner, official examiner. Xeno and buzz, a low continuous sound or excitement. Buzz of excitement, buzz in the air, buzz and sound. Buzz. Yeah, 10 and 2, infinite without limit. Infinite. Space, infinite possibilities, infinite patience. Infinite space, infinite possibilities, infinite patience. 10 or eternally, forever or always, eternally grateful, eternally love, eternally damn. Eternally 8-10 deep, the hard pointed mouth of a bird. Beak, bird's beak, sharp beak, packed with beak, word beak, weak. 10 only 5 muddy, covered in or full of mud. Muddy road, muddy shoes get muddy. 10 on 10's idiom, a phrase with a meaning different from its words. Idiom. This idiom, common idiom, learn idiom. 10 on 7, interruption, stopping temporarily. Interruption. Apologize for the interruption. Constant eruption. Chance and a wing, syllable, a unit of sound in a word. Syllable. 1 syllable word count, syllable stress the first syllable. Syllable. Count syllable. To know each channel work to move in a circle around something. Revolve around the sun, revolving door, revolve slowly. Revolve to know each premise, an idea accepted as true. Premise. Basic premise, false premise. Premise of the argument. Premise. Until one controversy, a public disagreement. Controversy, political controversy, stir up controversy. Controversy, unjust to the delicately in a sensitive or careful way. Delicately handled, delicately flavored, delicately balanced, delicately. 1, 2, or 3, accumulate to collect to gather. Accumulate wealth, dust accumulated, data have accumulated. Hot you for intellect, the ability to think and understand. Intellect. Sharp intellect, human intellect. Intellect. 1 to 5, conception, the forming of an idea or a beginning of pregnancy. Conception of freedom, original conception since conception. Contra 1-6, rainfall, the amount of rain. Rainfall. Annual rainfall, heavy rainfall. within the framework of ideas. Framework. 218, realm, an area of interest or activity. Realm of science, fantasy realm, political realm. Hunter or non-convict, define guilty or a person found guilty. Convicted of theft or prison. Convict, the criminal. Convict. 1030, trivial, of little value or importance. Trivial matters seem trivial problem. Trivial. Time 3-1, solemnly, in a serious and dignified manner. Solemnly. 1032, oval, egg-shaped. Oval face, oval table. Draw an oval. 1033, orthodox, follow the traditional rules. Orthodox beliefs, orthodox view, orthodox medicine. Orthodox. 1030, vowel, a speech sound made without closing the mouth. Vowel sound, long vowel, list of vowels. Vowel. 1030, fan, mold, a fungus or a shape. Mold. Bread mold, plastic mold, the clay. Mold. 1036, exaggeration, making something seem more than it is. Exaggeration. Obvious exaggeration, comic exaggeration for effect. Exaggeration. 10 Teddy said render the cause or give. Render. Help, render useless, render a decision. Render. 1038, nomination, the act of choosing someone for a position. Nomination, Oscar nomination. Political nomination, accept a nomination. Nomination. 10, including a warrant, a legal paper, justification. Warrant. Search warrant, no warrant for arrest. Warrant, action, warrant. Her authority made in a young unmarried woman or first. Maiden voyage, maiden name, maiden speech. Maiden.
What I 41 continental relic in the continent. Continental climate. Continental breakfast. Continental Europe. Continental. All I 42 murderer. A person who commits murder. Murderer. Convicted murderer. Serial murderer. Capture the murderer. Motor loaded 3, penniless, having no money. Penniless. Become penniless, manless. Penniless. OD for grammatical, relating to grammar. Grammatical error, grammatical structure, grammatical correctness. Grammatical. 1045, reassure to restore confidence. Reassure the child. Reassure customers. Reassure with words. Reassure. What I got a paradox, a self-contradictory statement. Paradox. Strange paradox. Logical paradox of choice. Paradox. 1947, hymn, a religious song. Hymn. Sing a hymn, church hymn, famous hymn. What that 48 dimension, a measurable extent or aspect. Dimension. 3 dimensions, new dimension, large dimension. Dynamic, 49, utmost, greatest in degree or amount. Utmost care with the utmost respect. Do your utmost. I-5-O-D, ascent, the act of rising or climbing. Ascent. Rapid ascent of a mountain. Making ascent. 141 canyon, a deep valley with steep sides. Canyon. Grand Canyon, deep canyon. Hike through a canyon. Canyon. 142, defy to openly resist. Defy authority, defy expectations. Defy the rules, defy. Or a 48 prick to make a small hole. Prick a finger, fill a prick the balloon. Prick. 44 brilliance, exceptional brightness or talent. Brilliance. 104P for brilliance, exceptional brightness or talent. Brilliance of the stars display. Brilliance of performance. Brilliance. 145, sympathize and feel compassion. Sympathize with victims. Hard to sympathize deeply. Sympathize precaution, an action to prevent harm. Precaution, precaution, precaution. Take precautions as a precaution, basic precaution. Precaution, 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 precaution. Sympathize, sympathize, sympathize. Bodies with precaution, an action to prevent harm. Precaution, 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 precaution. Take precautions as a precaution, basic precaution. Under 5J7 Treasury, Government Department handling money. Treasury, 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 Treasury. U.S. Treasury, Treasury bonds, National Treasury, 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 Treasury. When you body audit real, an act of disloyalty, betrayal, 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 betrayal. Feel betrayal, betrayal of trust, ultimate betrayal. Betrayal, 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 betrayal. 109 Rome to move aimlessly. Rome, 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 roam the streets. Roam freely, roam the countryside. Roam, roam, roam. 160 fortnight, a period of 2 weeks. Fortnight, 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 fortnight. In a fortnight, last a fortnight. Stay for a fortnight. Fortnight.
6-1 stillness, absence of movement or sound. Stillness, 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 complete stillness. Enjoy the stillness in the stillness of night. Stillness, 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 stillness. Sunsets too savage, fierce or uncivilized. Savage, 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 savage attack, savage behavior, a savage beast.
Savage, 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 savage.
1x3 torture, severe pain for punishment or coercion. Torture, 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 physical torture, torture. Victims mentally tortured.
Torture, 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 torture.
1-6 for narrative, a spoken or written account. Narrative, 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 narrative. Personal narrative, narrative style. Construct a narrative. Narrative, 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 narrative. Personal narrative, narrative style. Construct a narrative. Narrative, 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 narrative. 1-5 scorn, strong lack of respect. Scorn, scorn, scorn. Look with scorn, treat with scorn. Face public scorn. Scorn, 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 scorn. 166 orphan, a child without parents. Orphan, 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 orphan boy. Adopt an orphan, raise an orphan. Orphan, 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 orphan. 1-7 stability, the state of being stable. Stability, 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 stability. Political stability, ensure stability. Financial stability, 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 stability. Wanna take bacteria, microscopic living organisms. Bacteria, bacteria, bacteria. Harmful bacteria, kill bacteria, bacteria growth. Bacteria, bacteria, bacteria. When in Chanks 9, parliamentary, relating to parliament. Parliamentary, 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 parliamentary. 1070, qualification, a skill or quality needed. Qualification, 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 qualification. Academic qualification, meet the qualification. Job qualification, 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 qualification. 171 ape, a large primate. Ape, ape, ape. Chimpanzee is an ape, wild ape. Ape behavior, ape, 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 ape. 172 tenderness, gentle affection or pain. Tenderness, 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 tenderness. Show tenderness, feel tenderness. Tenderness in the arm. Tenderness, 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 tenderness. 173 moderately to a limited extent. Moderately, 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 moderately. Prize moderately, successful. Drink moderately, 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 moderately. 172 call jolly, happy and lively.
Jolly, jolly, jolly.
Jolly, 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 jolly man. Jolly laugh, feel jolly.
Jolly, 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 jolly.
175 persist to continue firmly. Persist, 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 persist in efforts. Pain persistent. Persist despite obstacles.
Persist, 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 persist.
10-7 seeks foster to encourage or care for. Foster, 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 foster growth. Foster a child, foster innovation. Foster, 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 foster. 10-7 herb or plant used for flavor or medicine.
Herb, herb, herb.
Medicinal herb, fresh herbs, grow herbs.
Herb, herb.
Herb, 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 herb. 10-7 in nausea, feeling of needing wanting to vomit. Nausea, 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 nausea. Feel nausea, nausea after eating. Cause nausea, 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 nausea. Temps and a knife, fossil, preserved remains of ancient life. Fossil, 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 fossil. Dinosaur fossil, find a fossil. Fossil fuels, fossil fuels. Turn to the earnestly with sincere intention. Earnestly, 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 earnestly. Speak earnestly, earnestly hope, earnestly request. Earnestly, 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 earnestly. 181 violation, breaking the rule of law. Violation, 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 violation. Traffic violation, violation of rights. Report a violation. Violation, 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 violation. And NA to initiate, to begin a launch. Initiate, 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 initiate a project. Initiate contact, initiate reform. Initiate reform, initiate, 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 initiate. NA3 cartoon, a humorous drawn and animated show. Cartoon, 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 cartoon. Watch cartoons, funny cartoon, political cartoon, 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 cartoon. Narrate for people lacking strength. Feeble, 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 feeble attempt. Feeble old man, feeble excuse. Feeble, 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 feeble attempt. I don't 85 compulsory, required by rule. Compulsory, 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 compulsory education. Compulsory attendance, compulsory subject. Compulsory, 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 compulsory. 1A6 nuisance, something causing trouble or annoyance. Nuisance, 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 nuisance. Noise nuisance, be a nuisance. Constant nuisance, 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 nuisance. A7 disturbance, interference or disorder. Disturbance, 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 disturbance. Minor disturbance, cause a disturbance. Public disturbance, 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 disturbance. 10A8 reside, 2 live in a place. Reside, reside, reside in Japan. Where do you reside? Reside permanently. Reside, reside, reside. 10A9 vigorous, strong and energetic. Vigorous, 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 vigorous exercise. Vigorous growth, vigorous debate. Vigorous, 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 vigorous. 10 mind be contentment, a state of happiness and satisfaction. Contentment, 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 contentment. Feel contentment, peaceful contentment, true contentment. Contentment, contentment, contentment. 1091 digestion, the process of breaking down food. Digestion, 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 digestion. Digestion, 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 digestion. 1092 irritating, causing annoyance. Irritating, 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 irritating noise. Irritating habit, find it irritating. Irritating, 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 irritating. 1093 hospitality, friendly treatment of guests. Hospitality, 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 hospitality. Show hospitality, warm hospitality. Enjoy local hospitality. Hospitality, hospitality. 94, owing, get to be paid or returned. Owing, 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 owing money, owing to the delay amount. Owing, 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 owing. 1095 astronomy, the study of stars and planets. Astronomy, 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 astronomy. 1096 electron, a negatively charged particle. Electron, 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 electron microscope. Electron cloud, flow of electron, 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 electron. 84 feeble, lacking strength. Feeble, 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 feeble. Tremble with fear, hands tremble, tremble slightly. Tremble, 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 tremble. Take less for fear that less, 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 less. Take care, lest you fall, lest we forget. Speak softly, lest you hear. Less, 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 less. 10-9, prison to confine, imprison, 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 imprison the criminal. Wrongly imprisoned, in prison for life. In prison, in prison, in prison, in prison. In 120 cemetery, a place where people are buried. Cemetery, cemetery, cemetery. Visit the cemetery, old cemetery. And 91 blot, a spot or mark. Blot, 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 blot. Ink blot, blot the paper, a blot on the record. Blot, 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 blot. In an ounce of nutrition, the process of providing food. Nutrition, 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 nutrition. Good nutrition, nutrition. Facts, nutrition is essential. Nutrition, 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 nutrition. Now 1 and 3 graze to feed on grass or scrape, graze, graze, graze. cattle graze, grazing need, grazing animals, graze, 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 graze. 104 gas to inhale suddenly, gas, 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 gas for air, gasp and shock, gasp loudly, gas, 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 gas. And I run it for 5, revolt to rebel or show disgust. Revolt, 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 lead our revolt, revolt against injustice, feel revolt. Revolt, 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 revolt. 106, slavery, state of being a slave. Slavery, 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 slavery. Abolish slavery, modern slavery, slavery in history. Slavery, 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 slavery. 107, strife, bitter or violent conflict. Strife, 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 strife. Civil strife, religious strife, and the strife. Strife, 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 strife. In 108, fraction, a part or fragment. Fraction, 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 fraction. A small fraction, mathematical fraction. Tiny fraction. Fraction, 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 fraction. 108, fraction, a part or fragment. Fraction, 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 fraction. A small fraction, mathematical fraction. Tiny fraction. Fraction, fraction, fraction. In 108, fraction, a part or fragment. Munction. Pill, 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 pill. Great peril, at your peril, face peril. Peril, 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 peril. 11 on 10, reap, together or obtain. Reap, 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 reap. Reap benefits, reap what you sow, reap a reward. Reap, reap. 11, intermediate between two stages. Intermediate, intermediate, intermediate. Intermediate level, intermediate step. Intermediate student, intermediate, 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 intermediate. Intermediate level, intermediate, intermediate student. Intermediate, 11 and 12, divine, avoid like a god. Divine, 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 divine. Divine power, divine beauty, divine message, divine, 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 divine. 11 with 13, second hand, not new. Received indirectly, second hand, second hand, second hand, second hand, second hand. Second hand clothes, second hand smoke by second hand. Second hand, second hand, second hand. 11, 1 teen bleach to make white. Bleach, 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 bleach. Bleach the shirt, use bleach, hair bleach. Bleach, 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 bleach. Better hunt it on Bing fine. Administrator, person who manage. Administrator, 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 minister. Administrator, school administrator, network administrator. Administrator, 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 administrator. A016, mingle to mix or socialize. Mingle, 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 mingle. Mingle with guests, smells mingled, mingle freely. Mingle, mingle, mingle. 11, seaweed, marine plant. Seaweed, 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 seaweed. Eat seaweed, seaweed salad. Dry seaweed. Seaweed, 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 seaweed. 11, admirable, deserving respect. Admirable, 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 admirable. Effort, admirable behavior, truly admirable. Admirable, 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 admirable. 11, fine teen, folly, lack of good sense. Folly, 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 folly. Act of folly, regret your folly, youthful folly. Folly, 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 folly. 120, purity, state of being pure. Purity, 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 purity. Water, purity, moral purity. Symbol of purity. Purity.
1 utility, 1 habitual, done regularly or repeatedly. Habitual, 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 habitual. I'm habitual offender, habitual behavior, habitual smoking. Habitual, 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 habitual. Not 1 to 2, lasting, continuing for a long time. Lasting, 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 lasting impression. Lasting peace, create lasting change. Lasting, 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 lasting. 1 ready broom, a tool for sweeping. Broom, 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 sweep with the broom. Broom, closet wooden broom, broom. Broom, 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 broom. 1 ready for dreadful, causing fear of suffering. Dreadful, 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 dreadful. News dreadful, mistake, feel dreadful. Dread, dread, dreadful, dreadful, dreadful. 145 manly, having qualities traditionally associated with men. Manly, 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 manly. Courage, act manly, manly, manly. Your parents, manly, 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 manly. 126, salute to show respect by a gesture. Salute, salute, salute. Salute the flag, soldiers, salute, give a salute. Salute, salute, salute. 147, lodging, a place to stay. Lodging, lodging, lodging. Seek lodging, provide lodging. Temporary lodging, 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 lodging. 120, reign, the period of rule that governs. Reign, 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 reign of a king, long reign. Reign over the land. Reign
inclination, a preference, a tendency. Inclination, inclination, inclination. Natural inclination, inclination to help. Slight inclination, inclination, inclination. Inclination, inclination. A 121 obscure, not clear or well known. Obscure, 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 obscure. Obscure meaning obscure village, obscure the truth. Obscure, 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 obscure. A 132 insistent, demanding attention, firmly insistent. Insistent, insistent. Insistent voice, be insistent. Insistent demand, insistent, insistent, insistent. 11-3 inflict, to cause pain or damage. Inflict, 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 inflict. Inflict damage, inflict punishment, inflict injury. Inflict, inflict, inflict. 11:30 objection, an expression of disapproval. Objection, 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 objection. Raise an objection, no objection, objection, objection to the plan. Objection, 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 objection. 11:35 gratitude, the quality of being thankful. Gratitude, 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 gratitude. Show gratitude, deep gratitude. Express gratitude, 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 gratitude. 11:36 cordial, warm and sincere. Cordial, 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 cordial. Greeting, cordial invitation, cordial relationship. Cordial, 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 cordial. 11:37 persuasion, the act of convincing. Persuasion, 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 persuasion. Use persuasion, power of persuasion. Effective persuasion, 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 persuasion. See 11:38 expressive, showing thoughts or feelings. Expressive, expressing, 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 expressing. Excessive purpose, only expressing. Expressing, gesture, expressing, 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 expressing. 11:11 anti-sanitary, clean and healthy. Sanitary, 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 sanitary. Sanitary conditions, sanitary products, keep it sanitary. Sanitary, sanitary, terry, 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 sanitary, sanitary, terry, terry. Travi, 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 travi. A mere trifle, don't worry over trifles. Trifle with someone. Trifle, 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 trifle.
11-4 to me 1 intact, not harmed or broken. Intact, 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 intact. Remain intact, perfectly intact. Keep it intact, 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 intact. 11-4-2 diploma, a document certifying completion. Diploma, 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 diploma. Receive a diploma, high school diploma, diploma program. Diploma, 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 diploma. 11-4-3 dogmatic, a certain opinion strongly. Dogmatic, 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 dogmatic. Believe dogmatic, tone sound dogmatic. Dogmatic, 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 dogmatic. 11-4 foul belly button, the small hollow on your stomach. Belly button, belly button, belly button. Touch your belly button ring. Clean your belly button, belly button, belly button, belly button. 11-4 P5 patriot, one who loves their country. Patriot, patriot, patriot. True patriot, be a patriot. Patriot's pride. Patriot, patriot, patriot. 11-4 T sets comrade, a fellow companion. Comrade, comrade, comrade. Military comrade, old comrade. Comrades in arms. Comrade, comrade, comrade. 1147 resistant, able to resist. Resistant, resistant, resistant. Water resistant, resistant to change. Heat resistant glass. Resistant, 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 resistant. Oh! 1148 witty, clever and humorous. Witty, 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 witty. Witty, comment, witty, writer, be witty, 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 witty. Witty, 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 witty. 1149 doctrine, a set of beliefs. Doctrine, doctrine, doctrine. Religious doctrine, doctrine of equality. Follow the doctrine. Doctrine, doctrine, doctrine. M funny threshold, point of entry or beginning. Threshold, threshold, threshold. Cross the threshold. On the threshold of change, pain threshold. Threshold, 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 threshold. Rim funny one, pulse, windy beat of the heart. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Check your pulse, rapid pulse, pulse rate. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Rente funny two, testify to give evidence. Testify, testify, testify. Testify in court, testify against them witnesses. Testify, 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 testify. In phony 3 utterance, something spoken. Utterance, utterance, utterance. Strange utterance, utterance of truth, first utterance. Utterance, utterance, utterance. M44 improper, not suitable. Improper, improper, improper. Improper behavior, improper use, morally improper. Improper, improper, improper. Rim phony 4 improper, not suitable. Improper, improper, improper. In phony 5 pastor, leader of a church. Pastor, 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 pastor. Local pastor, pastor, sermon ordain a pastor. Pastor, pastor, pastor. In phony 6 seasoning, substance to add flavor. Seasoning, seasoning, seasoning. Add seasoning, salt seasoning, tasty seasoning. Seasoning, 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 seasoning. Seasoning, 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 seasoning. When phony 2 lieutenant rank below captain. Lieutenant, 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 army. Lieutenant, lieutenant rank, serve as lieutenant. Lieutenant, 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 lieutenant. When 28 blunt, not sharp or direct. Blunt, 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 blunt. Blunt knife, blunt answer, blunt object. Blunt, 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 blunt. When 49 weird, unusual, or strange. Weird, 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 weird. Weird feeling. Act weird, weird noise. Weird, 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 weird. When sworn and crude, unprocessed or rough. Crude, 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 crude. Crude oil, crude language, crude tool. Crude, 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 crude. I 161 halve it to divide into 2 equal parts. Halve of the cost, halve of the time, halve of the portion. 162 diligence, careful and persistent work. Diligence, 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 diligence. Work with diligence, show diligence, reward diligence. Diligence, diligence, diligence. 163 concession, something given up or discounted. Concession, 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 make a concession. Student concession, concession stand, concession, concession, concession. 164 subsidy, money given to support subsidy. Subsidy, 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 receive a subsidy. Government subsidy, fuel subsidy. Subsidy, subsidy, subsidy. 165 subsidiary, a company controlled by another subsidiary. Subsidiary, 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 company subsidiary, role foreign subsidiary. Subsidiary, 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 subsidiary. Woo! 1666 botanical, relating to plants. Botanical, 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 botanical garden. Botanical research, botanical name. Botanical, botanical, conic. 167 domain, a specific area, field domain. Domain, 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 public domain, scientific domain. Enter the domain, 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 domain. 168 confidential, intended to be kept private. Confidential, 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 confidential information, strictly confidential, confidential report. Confidential, confidential. 169 clutch to hold tightly. Clutch, 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 clutch. Clutch the bag, clutch the steering wheel tight. Clutch, 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 clutch. 1170 thrive to grow vigorously. Thrive, 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 thrive. Business thrives, thrive in environment. Thrive under pressure. Thrive, thrive, thrive. A 171 embark to start or board. Embark, 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 embark. Embark on a journey, embark on a project. Embark upon adventure. Embark, 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 embark. 1172 queer, unusual or odd. Queer, 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 queer. Queer feeling act, queer, queer behavior. Queer, 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 queer. 873 oppressed to treat harshly or unjustly. Oppress, 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 oppress. Oppress minorities, feel oppressed, oppress the people. Oppress, 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 oppress. 1172 aid a helper, especially in politics. Aid, 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 aid. Presidential aid, medical aid, aid to the minister. Aid, 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 aid. 1175 conspiracy, a secret plan. Conspiracy, 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 conspiracy theory. Conspiracy to kill, uncover a conspiracy. Conspiracy, 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 conspiracy. 1176 disarmament, reduction of weapons. Disarmament, 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 disarmament. Global disarmament, call for disarmament. Disarmament talks. Disarmament, 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 disarmament. I love sitting functional, working or practical. Functional, 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 functional design, fully functional, functional system. Functional, 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 functional. 1170 civic relating to a city or citizen. Civic, 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 civic responsibility, civic duty, civic center. Civic, 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 civic. 11 different acts, subtract to take away. Subtract, 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 subtract numbers, subtract from total. Easily subtract. Oh!
harmonious in agreement, harmonious, 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 harmonious relationship, harmonious music, harmonious color scheme, harmonious, harmonious, harmonious.
On an AT1 displace, to force to leave or replace, displace, 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 displace people, displace the water, displace anger, displace, 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 displace. One at A2 vertical, upright position, vertical, 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 vertical line, vertical growth, vertical axis, vertical, vertical. On at A3 administer to manage, you give, administer, 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 a test, administer medicine, administer the program. Administer. On at AT4 fury, violent anger, fury, 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 full of fury, screaming fury, uncontrollable fury, 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 fury. One in AT5 prestige, high status or respect, prestige, 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 gain prestige, prestige university, international prestige, 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 prestige. One at A6 comprised to be made up of comprise, 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 comprise parts, comprise the team, comprise elements, comprise, comprise. One at AT7 kin, family members, kin, 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 next of kin, blood kin, close kin, 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 kin. 1 in 8 magnitude, great size or importance, magnitude, 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 magnitude of the problem, earthquake magnitude, full magnitude, 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 magnitude. 1 at A9, perpetual, never ending, perpetual, 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 perpetual motion, perpetual struggle, perpetual rain, perpetual, perpetual, perpetual. 1190, limp to walk lamely or lacking firmness, limp, 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 limp after injury, limp handshake, walk with a limp, 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 limp. 11.9, when T1 exclamation, a sudden cry or remark, exclamation, 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 exclamation of surprise. Use an exclamation mark, joyful exclamation, 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 exclamation. On 992, superstition, unfounded belief, superstition, 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 superstition. Believe in superstition, old superstition, superstition about luck, superstition, 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 superstition. I'm at 983 centric, odd or unusual, eccentric, 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 eccentric behavior, eccentric millionaire, sound eccentric, 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 eccentric. And 984 twig, a small branch, twig, 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 break a twig, bird on a twig, twig snaps, twig, 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 twig. On 985, concise, short and clear, concise, 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 concise explanation, keep it concise, concise summary, concise, 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 concise. On 986, subscription, an agreement to receive regularly, subscription, 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 magazine, subscription, cancel, subscription, monthly, subscription, 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 subscription. 11.9, it's an abusive, using harmful language or behavior, abusive, 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 abusive relationship, abusive language, abusive behavior, abusive, 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 abusive. 1 ETA, flattery, excessive compliments, flattery, 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 empty flattery, use flattery, fall for flattery, 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 flattery. Element 9, steadfast, loyal and unwavering, steadfast, 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 steadfast support, stay steadfast, steadfast friend, steadfast, 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 steadfast. 100 elastic, able to stretch and return, elastic, 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 elastic band, elastic fabric, elastic response, elastic, 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 elastic. 21, situate, to place or locate, situate, 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 situate the building, well situate it, situating context, situate, 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 situate. 1 at 202, tolerance, willingness to accept differences, tolerance, 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 show tolerance, tolerance for pain, religious tolerance, 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 tolerance. 21 at 3, recite, to repeat aloud from memory, recite, 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 recite a poem, recite the lines, recite by heart, recite, recite, recite. 20
2024 freight goods transported. Freight train ship freight charges.
2045 slay.
To kill violently.
Slay.
Slay the dragon, slay in battle, slay enemies.
Slay.
2026 enrich to improve or add value.
Enrich.
Enrich knowledge, enrich soil, culturally enrich. 2027 snore to breathe loudly while asleep.
Snore.
Snore loudly, heard a snore during sleep.
Snore.
2028 den, a hidden a private place.
Den.
Lion's den, dark den, private land, den. 2029 tram, a vehicle running on track.
Tram.
Take the tram station, modern tram. 2010 profess to claim openly.
Profess.
Profess love, profess ignorance, profess faith.
Profess.
2020 left thaw to melt or become friendly.
Thaw.
Thaw the meat, spring thaw, relations thawed. 2020 coastal near or along a coast.
Coastal town.
Coastal town, coastal erosion, coastal route.
Coastal.
2033 notable, worthy of attention.
Notable.
Notable figure, notable achievement, notable event.
Notable.
1214 seam line where two pieces meet.
Seam.
Sewing seam and fabric burst at the seam.
Seam.
2020 ply implore to ask desperately.
Implore.
Implore for help, implore mercy, implore the judge.
Implore.
2020 seem pathetic, arousing pity.
Pathetic.
Pathetic excuse, pathetic condition.
Sound pathetic.
20 wanting content to argue or compete. Contend with difficulties, contend for victory, contend that it's true. Content. 1218 exile, forced absence from home.
Exile.
Live in exile from the country, return from exile. 2020 time density, the degree of compactness.
Density.
Population density, high density, area density of material density. 2020 inherent, naturally part of something. Inherent trait, inherent risk, inherent problem. Inherent.
Yeah. 1, 2, play 2, 1, perplex to cause confusion. Perplex the students, perplexing problem, look perplexed. 1, 2, play 2, 2, sly, clever in a secret way, sly, smile, sly trick, give a sly look, sly. 133 census and official population count. Census. National census, take a census data. 164 stapler, a device for stapling paper. Stapler. Use a stapler, broken stapler, refill the stapler. Stapler. 124 pave the cover with the hard material. Pave the road, pave pad, pave the way. Pave. 126 edible, safe to eat. Edible. Edible flowers, edible insects, barely edible. 127 shabby in poor condition. Shabby clothes, live in a shabby house, look shabby. 128 evolution, a surprising fact. Revelation. Shocking revelation, divine revelation, ooh, revelation. On 20 another after that time. Thereafter, immediately thereafter he left. 5 years thereafter. 130 punctuality, being on time. Punctuality. Value punctuality is key. Lack of punctuality. 1, 2, 3, 1 editorial, an article expressing opinion. Editorial. editorial, 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 editorial. 1, 2, 3, 2, merchandise, good for sale. Merchandise, 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 merchandise. Display merchandise, buy merchandise, promote merchandise. Merchandise, 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 merchandise. 1, 2, 3, 3, pharmacist, a person who prepares medicine. Pharmacist, 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 pharmacist. Licensed pharmacist, pharmacist at the counter. Consult a pharmacist. Pharmacist, 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 pharmacist. 1, 2, 3, 4, yarn, thread for knitting or a tail. Yarn, 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 yarn. Spin yarn, tell a yarn, colored yarn. Yarn, 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 yarn. 1, 2, 3, 5, elevate to lift or improve. Elevate, 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 elevate. Elevate your feet, elevate mood, elevate the discussion. Elevate, 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 elevate. 1, 2, 3, 6, gargle to rinse the throat. Gargle, 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 gargle. Gargle with salt water, morning gargle, gargle every day. Gargle, 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 gargle. 1, 2, 3, 7, exquisite, extremely beautiful. Exquisite, 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 exquisite. Exquisite jewelry, exquisite taste, exquisite design. Exquisite, 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 exquisite. 1, 3, 8, rebellious, resisting authority. Rebellious, 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 rebellious. Teenager, rebellious behavior. Rebellious spirit, rebellious, rebellious, serious. 1, 2, 3, 9, detergent, a substance for cleaning. Detergent, 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 detergent. Use detergent, laundry detergent, detergent for dishes. Detergent, 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 detergent. 1, 2, or 3, dividend, money paid to shareholders. Dividend, 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 dividend. Receive dividends, annual dividend, stock dividend. Dividend, 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 dividend.
What a preface. Preface by the author, read the preface. Preface, 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 preface. On avoid to reinforce, to make stronger. Reinforce, 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 reinforce the structure, reinforce the point. Still reinforce, 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 reinforce. 143, conceptual, related to ideas. Conceptual, 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 conceptual framework. Conceptual understanding, conceptual art. Conceptual, 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 conceptual. 1, 2, 4, tumble to fall suddenly. Tumble, 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 tumble. Tumble down the stairs, stock prices tumble, accidental tumble, 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 tumble. Up from 45, contemplate, to think deeply. Contemplate, 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 contemplate life. Contemplate a decision quietly, contemplate. Contemplate, 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 contemplate. 1, 2, 46, devour, to eat or read eagerly. Devour, 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 devour the meal, devour a book, devour news. Devour, devour, devour. 1, 2, 47, traitor, one who betrays. Traitor, 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 traitor. National traitor, branded a traitor, historic traitor. Traitor, 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 traitor. 148, equator, imaginary line around Earth. Equator, 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 equator. Cross the equator, near the equator, hot near the equator. Equator, equator, equator. 1, 2, 49, fiscal, relating to government revenue. Fiscal, 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 fiscal policy, fiscal year, fiscal report. Fiscal, 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 fiscal. 1, 2, 40, tan, to become brown from sun. Tan, 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 tan. Get a tan, tan, skin tan evenly. Tan, 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 tan. 1 through 4 EY, supervise to watch and erase. Supervise, 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 supervise workers. Supervise, supervise a project. Supervise, supervise, supervise. 1, 2, 5, 2, statistical relating to statistics. Statistical, statistical, statistical. Statistical analysis, statistical data, statistical method. Statistical, 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 statistical. 1, 2, 5, 3, adore, to deeply love or respect. Adore, adore, adore. Adore children, adore a celebrity, adore pets, adore, 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 adore. 1, 2, 5, 4, vein, a tube carrying blood, vein, vein, vein. Blue vein, leaf veins, vein in arm, vein, 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 vein. 1, 2, 5, 5, directive, an official order. Directive, 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 directive. Follow the directive, government directive. Clear directive, clear directive. 1, 2, 5, fix envelope to cover completely. Envelope, 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 envelope and fall. Envelope the gift, envelope.
developed in silence. 1, 2, 5, 2, 7 diameter, straight line through center. Diameter, 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 diameter. Measure diameter, pipe diameter, diameter of circle. Diameter. 1, 2, 5, 8, altar, a table used for religious rites. Altar, 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 altar. Church altar, kneel before the altar. Altar ceremony. Altar. 1, 2, 5, 9, flap to move up and down. Birds flap, wings, flap of paper. Flap in the wind. Flap, flap, flap. 1, 2, phony fleet to remove or read quickly. Skim, 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 skim. Skim the surface, skim the article, skim the milk. Skim, 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 skim.
176 A1, profound, very great or intense. Profound, 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 profound. Profound impact, profound knowledge, profound silence. Profound, 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 profound. Yantu, Seitu, altitude, height above sea level. Altitude, 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 high altitude. Altitude sickness at an altitude of 3,000 retim. Altitude, 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 altitude. Britain 2016, crippled to cause disability. Cripple, 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 cripple the economy. Physically crippled, cripple with guilt. Cripple, cripple, cripple. Britain 2016 for vocation. A strong feeling for a career. Vocation, 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 relation, vocation, relation, vocation. Teaching as a vocation, choose a vocation, vocation, vocation. 5 vocations, 5 omissions. Something left out, omission, omission, omission. Omission, omission, omission. Serious omission, omission of facts, accidental omission. Omission, omission, omission. Dante, 16 sergeant, a military or police rank. Sergeant, 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 sergeant. Army sergeant, army sergeant, sergeant in charge. Sergeant, sergeant, sergeant. Virgin Terry 17, dose a measured amount. Dose, 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 dose. A dose of medicine, daily dose, take a dose. Dose, dose, dose. 136C8 brochure, a small booklet. Brochure, brochure, brochure. Tourist brochure, color brochure, distribute brochure. Brochure, 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 brochure. Sandy 69, refrain to hold back or a repeated phrase. Refrain, 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 refrain. Refrain from smoking, familiar refrain. Refrain politely. Refrain, 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 refrain. Print to hitty bias, unfair headprints, bias, 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 bias. Unconscious bias, cultural bias, bias the result. Bias, 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 bias. 1 stuffy, 1 satire, use of humor to criticize. Satire, satire, satire. Political satire, biting satire, satire in literature. Satire, 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 satire. Containous, it's two simultaneous, happening at the same time. Simultaneous, 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 simultaneous translation. Simultaneous event, simultaneous use, simultaneous use, simultaneous use. Simultaneous, 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 simultaneous. Goals I3 conversion, act of changing form, conversion, conversion, conversion. Undertake conversion, currency conversion, conversion to Islam. Conversion, 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 conversion. Converty for steward, one who manages source serve. Steward, steward, steward. Flight, steward, good steward, steward the event. Steward, steward, steward. Grows 35, crumb, a small piece. Crumb, 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 crumb. Breadcrumb, not a crumb left. Crumbs on the floor. Crumb, 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 crumb. Woo! 36, expertise, special knowledge or skill. Expertise, 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 expertise. Technical expertise, expertise in marketing. Lack expertise, 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 expertise. Crumbs 37, glare, strong light or angry look. Glare, 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 glare. Glare of headlights, glare angrily, avoid the glare. Glare, 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 glare. 138, adoption, taking as one's own. Adoption, 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 adoption of the child. Adoption of the planned adoption process.
7-9 disposal, act of getting rid of. Disposal, 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 disposal. Waste disposal, disposal site at your disposal. Disposal, disposal, disposal. Ooh, done to the under, surpass to go beyond. Surpass, 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 surpass expectations, surpass a record, surpass oneself. So disposal, disposal. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. One Tellier, one repent to feel sorry for past actions. Repent, 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 repent. Repent for sins, truly repent, repent in sorrow. Repent, 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 repent. Tellier to giggle to laugh lightly. Giggle, 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 giggle. Giggle at jokes, can't stop giggling, childish giggle. Giggle, 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 giggle. One Tellier, 3 confirmation, proof for approval. Confirmation, 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 confirmation. Email confirmation, seek confirmation, confirmation of facts. Confirmation, 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 confirmation. Body headed for humid, having moisture in the air. Humid, 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 humid weather. Feel humid, humid summer, summer, summer. Humid, 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 humid. Off saloon, a bar or tavern. Saloon, 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 saloon. Old Western saloon, enter the saloon, crowded saloon. Saloon, saloon, saloon. What TA6 dictate to give orders or speak aloud? Dictate, 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 dictate. Dictate a letter, dictate terms, let no one dictate you. Dictate, dictate, dictate. Why do I just having fright, sudden fear? Fright, 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 fright. Scream and fright, give someone a fright, paralyzed with fright. Fright, 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 fright. Pretty aid, execution, act of carrying out or killing. Execution, 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 execution. Public execution, flawless execution, execution of the plan. Execution, 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 execution. 139 textile, a type of cloth. Textile, 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 textile. Textile industry, textile design, soft textile. Textile, textile, textile. 1290 geographical, relating to geography. Geography, geographical, geographical, geographical. Geographical features, geographical location, geographical boundaries. Geographical, 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 geographical. 12091, furious, extremely angry. Furious, 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 furious. Furious reaction, become furious, furious at the decision. Furious, 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 furious. 12092, dusk time after sunset. Dusk, dusk, dusk. At dusk, soft dusk light, dusk falls. Dusk, 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 dusk. 120-degree monarchy, government with a absolute monarchy, British monarchy, oppose monarchy. Monarchy, 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 monarchy. 2094, greed, selfish desire for more. Greed, 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 greed. Driven by greed, greed for money. Greed causes downfall. Greed, 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 greed. One cooling 95, melancholy, a deep sadness. Melancholy, melancholy, melancholy. Feel melancholy, melancholy song. Fall into melancholy, melancholy, melancholy. Charlie 96, tribute, an act of respect. Tribute, 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 tribute. Pay tribute, a tribute to emotional tribute. Tribute, 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 tribute. 2090 strip a title related to tide. Tidal, 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 tidal. Tidal wave, tidal energy, tidal movement. Tidal, 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 tidal. Tidal, what another take shrub, a small bush. Shrub, 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 shrub. Plant shrubs, shrub garden, trim the shrub, 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 shrub. 1299 texture, surface quality. Texture, 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 texture. Smooth texture, texture. A fabric, rough texture. Texture, texture, texture. Turning on a tedious, long and boring. Tedious, 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 tedious task. Tedious explanation, find it. Tedious, 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 tedious.
32 to 1, drastic, severe or radical. Drastic, 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 drastic. Drastic measures, drastic change. Take drastic action, drastic, drastic, drastic. 32 bureaucracy, a system of government officials. Bureaucracy, 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 bureaucracy. Government bureaucracy, reduce bureaucracy. Complex bureaucracy. Bureaucracy, 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 bureaucracy. 32 to 3, swarm, a large group moving together. Swarm, 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 swarm. Swarm of bees, people swarm the streets, swarming
feverish, showing fever or excitement. Feverish, 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 feverish activity. Feverish child, feverish pace. Feverish, 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 feverish. Shorty 35, prophet, a person who predicts the future.
Prophet, 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 prophet.
Biblical prophet, false prophet, ancient prophet.
Prophet, 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 prophet.
30-36 spur to encourage action.
Spur, spur, spur,
Spur growth, economic spur, spur into action. Spur, 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 spur. 30-37 petition to form a request. Petition, 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 petition. Sign a petition, file a petition, petition for change. Petition, 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 petition. 30 or 8, contradict, to go against or deny. Contradict, 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 contradict the statement. Contradict yourself, contradict the facts. Contradict, 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 contradict. 3009, pottery, objects made of clay. Pottery, 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 pottery. Ancient pottery, new pottery, pottery studio. Pottery, 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 pottery. Pottery, pottery, pottery. 30, 20, 10, pitiful, deserving pity. Pitiful, 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 pitiful. Pitiful condition, pitiful cry. Look pitiful, 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 pitiful. 30, turn 11, delegate, a person chosen to represent. Delegate, conference, delegate, authority. Delegates from countries. Delegate. 30, 20, gain thigh, part of the leg above the knee. Thigh, 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 thigh. Muscle pain in the thigh, stretch your thigh, thigh. Thigh, thigh, thigh. 30, 30, teen, confide to share secrets. Confide, 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 confide. Confide in a friend, confide a secret. Confide trustfully. 30, 30, teen is own, relaxing, casual. Easy going, easy going, easy going, easy going. Easy going personality, be easy going. Easy going attitude. Easy going, easy going, easy going. 30, 30 peen, define, differentiate to show differences. Differentiate, 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 differentiate products. Differentiate clearly, differentiate between ideas. Differentiate, 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 differentiate. 30, 26 down eyelid, skin that covers the eye. Eyelid, 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 eyelid. Lower eyelid, eyelid surgery. Eyelid, eyelid twitch. Eyelid, 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 eyelid. 30, 30 furnace, a structure for heating. Furnace, 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 furnace. Blast furnace, furnace room, industrial furnace. 30, 30 D, disastrous, causing great damage. Disastrous, 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 disastrous result, disastrous event, have disastrous effects. Disastrous, 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 disastrous. 30, 20 teen, unanimous, fully in agreement. Unanimous, 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 unanimous decision. Unanimous vote. Unanimous, 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 unanimous. 30, 20 deficiency, lack or shortage. Deficiency, 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 deficiency. Vitamin deficiency, iron deficiency. Correct the deficiency. Deficiency, 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 deficiency.
13, 21, distract to take attention away. Distract, 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 distract the driver. Get distracted easily, don't distract me. Distract, 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 distract. 30, 22, discomfort, slight pain or unease. Discomfort, discomfort, discomfort. Feel discomfort, cause discomfort. Physical discomfort. Discomfort, 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 discomfort. Third seal, grow to energy, great energy or passion. Zeal, 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 zeal with great zeal. Religious zeal, zeal for learning. Zeal, 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 zeal.
13, 24.
Stab to push a sharp object into. Stab, 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 stab with a knife. Stab in the back, fatal stab wound. Stab, 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 stab.
13, 24.
Arouse to evoke or stir. Arouse, 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 arouse interest, arouse anger, arouse suspicion.
Arouse, arouse.
13, 45, arrogant, overconfident and proud, arrogant, arrogant, never arrogant attitude,
sound arrogant behavior, yeah. 13 ponies on a quaint, attractively old-fashioned, quaint, a quaint village, quaint customs, quaint little shop.
Quack, 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 quack.
Point 38, pluck to pull something quickly. Pluck, 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 pluck. Pluck a flower, pluck up courage, pluck a string, plug, 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 plug.
13 times sublime.
Of great excellence, sublime, 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 sublime beauty, a sublime experience, truly sublime.
Sublime, sublime.
Sublime, 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 sublime beauty, a sublime experience, truly sublime, 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 sublime.
1330 adorn.
To add beauty to adorn, 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 adorn the walls, adorn with flowers, adorn the tables.
Adorn, adorn.
3321 trustee, one who holds responsibility. Trustee, 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 trustee. Trustee, a board of trustee, 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 board of trustees, act as trustee, appoint a trustee.
Trustee, trustee.
Trustee, 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 trustee. 432 indicator, a sign or device that shows something. Indicator, 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 light key, indicator, 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 Trinity, merciful, showing kindness, merciful, 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 a merciful judge, a merciful act, be merciful.
Merciful, merciful.
Merciful, 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 merciful. 13 B1 outfit, a set of clothes, outfit, 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 outfit. Wear a nice outfit, change outfit, a travel outfit, 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 outfit. Throughout 13 dry forum, place for open discussion, forum, 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 forum.
Online forum.
Hold a forum, public forum, 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 forum. 13, 30, 36 projection, an estimator image.
Trustee, trustee.
Trustee, 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 sales projection, projection screen, make a cup projection, projection, projection. Oh,
Churching, churching.
13, 30, 10, desolate, empty and sad, desolate, 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 a desolate landscape, field, desolate, desolate, village,
Desolate, desolate.
desolate, 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 desolate. 13, 30 year, be monthly, occurring every 2 months, be monthly, be monthly, be monthly, be monthly, a be monthly magazine, publish, be monthly meeting, be monthly, be monthly, be monthly. 13, noti might wither to become drier, weak, wither, 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 flowers, wither, wither with age, wither away.
Wither, 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 wither.
1340 enchant to delight completely, enchant, 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 enchant the audience, enchant with magic, be enchanted by music, enchant, enchant, enchant.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You better, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, ID 4041, anonymous, without a known name. Anonymous, 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 anonymous. An anonymous donor, remain anonymous, anonymous letter. Anonymous, 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 anonymous. 3042, dismissal, removal from position or rejection. Dismissal, 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 dismissal. Employee dismissal, dismissal of the case. Wrongful dismissal, dismissal of the case. Wrongful dismissal, 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 dismissal. Wording 4043, liability, legal responsibility, liability, 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 liability. Financial liability, assume liability, limit liability, 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 liability. 1344, eloquent, you want an expression. Eloquent, 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 and eloquent speech. Eloquent silence, eloquent gestures, eloquent, eloquent. 3045, meditate to reflect deeply. Meditate, meditate, meditate. Meditate daily, meditate in silence, meditate on life. Meditate, 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 meditate. 3046, vapor, gas form of a liquid. Vapor, 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 vapor. Water vapor, form vapor. Clouds of vapor, 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 vapor. 3047, fingerprint, unique pattern on fingers. Fingerprint, 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 fingerprint. Take fingerprints, match fingerprints, leave a fingerprint. Fingerprint, 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 fingerprint. 1348, prove to show to be true. Prove, 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 prove. Supporting not reconcile to restore harmony.
Reconcile, 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 reconcile.
Reconcile differences, reconcile with him. Reconcile facts.
Reconcile, 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 reconcile.
Third in town, under submarine, a vessel that travels underwater. Submarine, 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 submarine. Military submarine, nuclear submarine. Sink a submarine. Submarine, 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 submarine. 13, 40, 41, crust, outer layer or shell. Crust, 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 crust. Ice crust, red crust, crust of ice. Dazzling crust, crust, crust. And 30 for the dazzle to amaze or blind with light. Light. Dazzle the audience, dazzling lights, be dazzled by fame. Dazzle, 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 dazzle. And 30 for the time supernatural, beyond natural explanation. Supernatural, 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 natural, 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 supernatural powers, believe in the supernatural, supernatural, mean that supernatural, 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 supernatural. 44, expand to use up resources. Expend, 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 expend. Expend energy, expend money, expend effort. Expand, 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 expand. 30, 45, pronoun, word that replaces a noun. Pronoun, 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 pronoun. Use a pronoun, personal pronoun, subject pronoun. Pronoun, 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 pronoun. 40, 46, respectively in the given order. Respectively, 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 respectively. Respectively, 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 respectively. 40, 47, presume to supposed to be true. Presume, 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 presume. Presume, presume, presume. Presume innocence, presume too much. Reasonably presume. Presume, 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 presume. 30, 48, lament to express sorrow. Lament, 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 lament. Lament the loss, lament the past, deeply lament. Lament, 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 lament. Lament 49, bestow to give formally. Bestow, 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 bestow. Bestow an honor, bestow gifts, bestow praise. 30, 46, wreck, to ruin or a destroyed object. Wreck, 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 wreck. Total car wreck, wreck, get the car wreck. Emotional wreck, 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 wreck. A 3061 disciple, a student, a follower, disciple, 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 a Buddha, faithful disciple. Disciple follows teachings, disciple, 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 disciple. 36 with 2 ballot, a system of paper for voting. Ballot, 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 ballot. Cast a ballot, secret ballot. Ballot box, ballot, 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 ballot. 36 to 3, timber wood for building. Timber, 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 timber. Cut timber, timber industry. Timber, 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 timber. 3064, hard to pull or carry. Haul, 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 haul. Haul goods, long haul, haul by truck. Haul, 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 haul. Timber, 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 timber. 3065, frightful, very scary or bad. Frightful, frightful, frightful. 3065, frightful, very scary or bad. 3065, frightful, very scary or bad. Frightful, 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 frightful. A frightful accident, frightful noise, feel frightful. Frightful, 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 frightful. 3060 dies, stay disgusted, feeling strong dislike. Disgusted, 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 disgusted. Look disgusted, disgusted by behavior, disgusted expression. 36 Augustine excel to be outstanding at excel, 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 excel in sports, excel academically, excel at work, excel, 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 excel. 3068 ranch, large farm for animals. Ranch, 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 ranch. Cattle ranch, on a ranch, work on a ranch. Ranch, 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 ranch. 36-9 appetizer, small dish before the main meal. Appetizer, 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 appetizer. Serve an appetizer, tasty appetizer, appetizer menu. Appetizer, appetizer, appetizer. Eminent and eminent, famous and respected. Eminent and eminent, eminent and eminent. Scholar, eminent artist, eminent position. 3071 compensating to make up for. Compensate, 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 compensate. Compensate for loss, financially compensate. Compensate fairly. Compensate, 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 compensate. 36 to exert, to apply force or effort. Exert, 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 washer,
Exert oneself, exert influence. Exert, 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 exert. Exert, 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 exert. There be statistics of mortality, death, especially on a large scale. Mortality, 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 infant mortality, mortality rate, face mortality, 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 mortality. Anxiety, sudden clun, discouragement, loss of confidence or motivation. Discouragement, discouragement, discouragement. Feel discouragement. Feel discouragement, a source of discouragement, discouragement from failure. Discouragement, discouragement, discouragement.
Earth unseen, 75 folklore, traditional beliefs and stories. Japanese vocal, ancient vocal. 1317, 7 days riot. April 2017, 7 leads to shrine. A violent covet disturbance. Riot, 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 start a riot. Riot police, riot breaks out. Riot, 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 riot. May 2017, 7 glacier. A large, slow-moving mass of ice. Glacier, 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 glacier. Mountain glacier, glacier formation, static glacier. Glacier, 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 glacier. Disseminate bliss, fervent happiness. Bliss, 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 bliss. Time no bliss, a moment no bliss. Living bliss, 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 bliss. 37-9 concede to win me. Are you? Outgoing, attitude very outgoing. Now going.
Heartburn 81 wreath, a ring of flowers or leaves. Wreath, 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 wreath. Lay a wreath, Christmas wreath, wreath on the door. Wreath, 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 wreath. Third dooring 82 strand, a single fiber or to leave behind. Strand, 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 strand. A strand of hair gets stranded. Strand on the island. Strand, 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 strand. Third dooring 83 latitude, distance from the equator or freedom. High latitude, 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 latitude. High latitude, latitude for action. Latitude and longitude. Latitude, 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 latitude. For insane, mentally ill, or wild, insane, 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 go insane, insane idea, insane behavior, insane, 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 insane. Hurt during any doubt, out of rage, extreme anger or violence, outrage, outrage, public outrage, express outrage, commit an outrage, 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 outrage. Hurt during 86, souvenir, a keepsake from a place, souvenir, 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 buy a souvenir, souvenir shop, travel, souvenir, 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 souvenir. During 87, incentive, something that encourages action. Incentive, 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 give an incentive, incentive system, financial incentive, 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 something burning, purging, that shit. Incentive, 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 88 imprisonment, being put in prison, imprisonment, 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 life imprisonment, serve imprisonment, unjust imprisonment, 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 imprisonment. 89 predecessor, one who came before, predecessor, 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 his predecessor, a worthy predecessor, couldn't his predecessor, 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 predecessor. 90 oath, a solemn promise. Oath, 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 taking oath of office, breaking oath. Oath, 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 oath. 91 applicable, able to be applied. Applicable, 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 applicable. Rule not applicable, applicable in this case. Applicable, 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 applicable. Earth 82, discard to get rid of discard, 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 discard. Oh, close, discard a card, safely discard, 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 discard. Oh, drawing 93, Russell, soft light sound. Rustle quietly, rustle in the bushes,
Russell. Going 94, stiffen. To become rigid, stiffen with fear. Stiffen your back muscles, stiffen. Starting 94, stiffen. Writing down spoken words, dictation. Third going 96, theoretical, based on theory. Theoretical knowledge, purely theoretical approach. Theoretical. What going 90, abbreviation, a shortened form, abbreviation in writing. Common abbreviation for doctor, abbreviation in writing. Come abbreviation. Short going 98, menace, a threat or danger. Menace, a growing menace to society. Menace with a weapon. Menace. Freight going 99, bait, food or lure for trap. Bait. Set the bait, take the bait, a trap. Bait. For the 100 compliments, compete or enhance. Compliment. Wine compliments, food, perfect compliments, skills complement each other. Compliment.
3041 constitutional relating to a constitution or health. Constitutional rights, constitutional fulfill, constitutional issue. Constitutional. You see to algebra, branch of mathematics. Algebra. Learn algebra and equation. Basic algebra. 43 citizenship, legal status of a citizen. Citizenship. Apply for citizenship, gain citizenship, dual citizenship. Citizenship. 44 confer to give a discuss. Confer a degree, confer with experts, confer an honor. 45 splendor, great beauty or luxury. Splendor, in full splendor. The splendor of nature. Royal splendor. Splendor. 46 subsequent, coming after in time. Subsequent event, subsequent investigation, subsequent chapter. Subsequent to temperate. 47 temperate, mild or self-restrained. Temperate climate, be temperate in speech. Temperate zone. Temperate. 2 speed away to apprentice, learner of a trade. Apprentice, chef, apprentice to a carpenter. Apprentice system. 49 laps, a small failure or passage. Lapse. A lapse in judgment, let the policy lapse. Brief lapse. 40-10, formidable, inspiring fear or respect. Formidable, affordable opponent. Formidable task. Formidable reputation. Formidable. 40-11, deemed to judge or think. Deemed necessary, deemed appropriate. Deem it important. Deem 40 till roundabout, indirect or traffic circle. Roundabout answer. No. Use a roundabout route. No. Roundabout. 14-13, partake, to take part in or share. Partake in the event. Partake of food. Partake in celebration. Partake. 14-14, avail, help or usefulness. Avail. To no avail yourself of the opportunity. Be of little avail. Avail. 40-45, slumber. Sleep, especially peaceful. Slumber. Fall into slumber deep. Slumber. Disturb. Slumber. 40-46, withstand, to resist or survive. Withstand the pressure. Withstand attack. Withstand heat. Stay. Withstand. Withstand. 40-47, legitimate, allowed by law or logic. Legitimate.
legitimate business, legitimate concern, a legitimate excuse. Legitimate, legitimate, legitimate. 14 wait toll, fear, cost and damage. Toll, 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 toll. Pay the toll, death toll, take a heavy toll. Toll, 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 toll. 14 wait, distort to twist out of shape. Distort, distort, distort. Distort back, distort the image, distort the sound. Distort, 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 distort. Oh, 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 oh. 1420 tyranny, cruel and oppressive rule. Tyranny, 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 tyranny. And tyranny, tyranny of fear. Live under tyranny, 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 tyranny.
1421 Marshal to a ranger led. Marshal, 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 Marshal. Marshal the troops, Grand Marshal, Marshal evidence. Marshal, Marshal, Marshal. 1422 eyelash, hair growing on eyelid. Eyelash, eyelash, eyelash. Long eyelashes, eyelash curler, lose an eyelash. Eyelash, 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 eyelash. 1423 messy, not clean or organized. Messy, 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 messy. Messy room, messy hair, messy situation. Messy, 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 messy. 1424 sip to drink slowly. Sip, 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 sip. Coffee, take a sip, sip from the glass. Sip, 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 sip. 1445 bosom, the chest, the close relationship. Bosom, 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 bosom. Mother's bosom, bosom friend. Hide in one's bosom. Bosom, 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 bosom. 1446 preside to be in charge. Preside, 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 preside. Preside over a meeting, preside as chair, preside at the ceremony. Preside, 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 preside. 1447 eyesight, ability to see. Eyesight, 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 eyesight. Have good eyesight, test your eyesight. Poor eyesight, 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 eyesight. 1440 rug, a small carpet. Rug, 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 rug. A soft rug, lay down a rug, roll up the rug. Rug, 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 rug. 14 finding, beware to be cautious. Beware, 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 beware. Beware of danger, beware when crossing. Beware, 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 beware. 1430 reckon to think or estimate. Reckon, 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 reckon. Reckon is true, reckon the cost, reckon with reality. Reckon, 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 reckon. 1441 suppression, the act of stopping something. Political suppression, suppression, suppression. Political suppression, suppression of anger. Suppression, 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 suppression. 1442 pedestrian, a person walking dull. Pedestrian, 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 pedestrian crossing. Hit a pedestrian, a pedestrian speech. Pedestrian, 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 pedestrian. 1433 stout, thick and strong. Stout, 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 stout. A stout man, stout shoes, stout defense. Stout, 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 stout. 14 feeding on contra, one who provides services by contract. Contractor, contractor, hired contractor. Contract, contractor, contractor, contractor. Construction contractor, hire a contractor. Electrical contractor, doctor, 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 doctor. 1425 planetary, relating to planets, planetary, 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 planetary motion, planetary system, planetary crisis, planetary, sanitary. 1436 approximate, nearly correct, approximate, 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 location, approximate, cause. 140 wash up, one leftover remaining after use. Leftover, 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 eat leftover. Leftover food, store leftovers. Leftover, 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 leftover. 44 lead, 40 leftover. 40 formulate to create or express precisely. Formulate, 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 formulate. Formulate a theory, formulate a plan, formulate a question. Formulate, formulate. 1439 slant the slope or bias. Slant, 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 slant the news, a political slant, slant of light. Slant, 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 slant. 1440 municipal, relating to a city or town. Municipal, 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 municipal government, municipal building, municipal services, municipal, 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 municipal.
Learn for B1, vulgar like in sophistication. Vulgar, 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 vulgar language, vulgar jokes sound vulgar, 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 vulgar. 442 precision, exactness, precision, 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 precision with precision, precision instrument, great precision, 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 precision. Round 443 thesis, a long academic paper thesis, 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 write a thesis, graduate thesis, main thesis, 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 thesis. 445 drowsy, sleepy or sluggish, drowsy, 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 feel drowsy, drowsy afternoon, drowsy from medicine, drowsy, 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 drowsy. 445 picturesque, visually attractive, picturesque, 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 picturesque village, picturesque scenery, picturesque harbor, picturesque, picturesque, picturesque. 445 dutiful, doing one's duty, dutiful, 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 dutiful son, dutiful service, a dutiful employee, dutiful, dutiful, dutiful. 440 certain, cherish the value deeply, cherish, 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 cherish memories, cherish a belief, cherish loved ones, cherish, cherish, cherish. 448 supplier, one who provides goods, supplier, 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 major supplier, energy supplier, local supplier, 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 supplier. 440 or proceed to come before, preceded, precede, 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 precede a ceremony, a storm preceded the flood. Where's that precede, 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 deceive, 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 deceive. 450 subdue to bring under control, subdue, 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 subdue a riot, subdue emotions, subdue the enemy, subdue, 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 subdue. 440 decisive, determining or resolute, decisive, decide, 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 decide victory, decisive action, decisive moment, decide, decide, decide. Funny, funny, super barbarian, uncivilized person, barbarian, 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 act like a barbarian, ancient barbarians, barbarian tribe, barbarian, 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 barbarian. 445 and 3, superb of very high quality, superb, 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 superb performance, superb view, superb skills, superb, 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 superb. Fight force to apply or make people follow. Enforce, 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 enforce the law, enforce rules, enforce discipline. Enforce, 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 enforce. 45 linguistic, relating to language. Linguistic, linguistic, linguistic skills, linguistic research, linguistic diversity. Linguistic, 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 linguistic. On V6 vacancy, unoccupied position or space. Vacancy, 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 vacancy. Job vacancy, hotel vacancy, no vacancy, vacancy. Vacancy, 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 vacancy. 146 forceful, powerful or assertive. Forceful, 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 forceful argument, forceful personality, speak at a forceful tone. Forceful, 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 forceful. 445 dismal, depressing oblique. Dismal, 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 dismal. Dismal weather, a dismal failure. Dismal, 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 dismal. Dismal weather, a dismal, dismal. 445 sullen, then tempered or gloomy. Sullen, sullen, sullen. A sullen look for me, sullen, sullen, silent. Sullen, silent. Sullen, 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 sullen. 460 briber, tradition oh I sing. Grabber, 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 grabber. Old grabber, wise grabber. Total grabber, 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 grabber. 1461 prop, an object used to hold something up. Prop, 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 prop. Use a prop, prop. The door open, stage prop, 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 prop. 1462 evenly in equal amounts, evenly, 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 evenly. Divide evenly, spread evenly, bake evenly, 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 evenly. 1463 forsake to leave or give up. Forsake, 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 forsake. Forsake a friend, forsake a habit, never forsake you. Forsake, 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 forsake. 46 get fraud, deceit or trickery. Fraud, 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 fraud. Commit fraud, insurance fraud, a fraud case. Fraud, 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 fraud. 1465 abandonment, the act of leaving behind. Abandonment, abandonment, abandonment. Child abandonment, abandonment of hope. Feel abandonment, 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 abandonment. 14 stitch, uncomfortable skin, feeling itch, 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 itch. Scratch an itch to travel, persistent itch, 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 itch. 1467 plaster material for covering a coating. Plaster, plaster, plaster. Put on a plaster, plaster the wall, remove the plaster. Plaster, 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 plaster. 1468
foresee a problem. Foresee the future, hard to foresee. Foresee. 1469 handout, something given freely. Handout. Give a handout, lecture handout, depend on handouts. Handout. 1470 doom, fate or destruction. Doom to fail, face doom, a sense of doom. 1471 dispatch to send off. Dispatch a team, dispatch quickly, military dispatch. 1472 Mercury, a chemical element or planet. Mercury thermometer, Mercury poisoning planet Mercury. 1443 eventual happening in the end, eventual result, eventual success, eventual outcome. 1474 paralyzed to cause immobility. Paralyzed the city, paralyzed with fear, be paralyzed. 1417 5 rot to decompose. Rot. Food starts to rot, tooth rot from the inside. 1417 sex revoked to take back. Revoke a license, revoke permission, revoke the decision. Revoke. 1417 7 toil, hard work of effort. Toil in the field, years of toil day and night. 1478 alleged to assert without proof. Alleged a crime, alleged suspect, alleged misconduct. Alleged. Now deemed 1410 occurrence, an event or happening, occurrence. A rare occurrence, frequent occurrence, report the occurrence. Occurrence. 1480 landlord, owner of rental property. Landlord, pay the landlord, talk to the landlord. Landlord of the building. Landlord. One for 81, lavatory, a bathroom or toilet. Lavatory. Use the lavatory on the plane, clean the lavatory. One for 82, means of control. Tied in the reins, in spending, give free in. One for 83, scornful, full of dislike or contempt. Scornful. A scornful laugh, scornful attitude, looks scornful. Scornful. One for 84, tranquil, calm and quiet. Tranquil. Lake, a tranquil atmosphere, feel tranquil. Tranquil. One for 80, bad, rotten, decayed, or morally bad. Rotten food, a rotten attitude, feel rotten. One for 86, flush to redden or clean with water. Flush. Flush the toilet, face flush is flush with excitement. Flush. 487, polar relating to poles or complete contrast. Polar bear, polar region, polar opposite. Polar. 1488, raid, a sudden attack. Raid. Military raid, conduct a raid, police raid. Raid. 489, fiery, full of fire or passion. Fiery speech, fiery eyes, a fiery temper. Fiery. 1490, gracious, kind and polite. Gracious. A gracious host, gracious smile, gracious acceptance. Gracious. 491, surplus, more than needed. Surplus. Budget surplus, food, sell the surplus. Surplus. 492, foggy, full of fog or unclear. Foggy. A foggy morning, foggy memory, it's foggy outside. Foggy. 1493, perspective likely to happen, perspective. Perspective student, perspective buyer, perspective job. Perspective. 494, legislative relating to lawmaking. Legislative power, legislative body, legislative session. Legislative. 495, duration, length of time. Duration. For the duration Duration of the flight, limited duration.
Duration, duration.
496 Admiral, a high-ranking naval officer.
Admiral, admiral, admiral.
Navy Admiral, retired Admiral, appointed as Admiral.
Admiral, admiral, admiral.
Or a 497 plumber, one who fixes pipes.
Plumber, plumber, plumber.
Call a plumber, plumber fix the leak. Licensed plumber.
Plumber, 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 plumber.
498 shriek to scream loudly.
Shriek, 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 shriek.
In fear, a loud shriek, shriek with laughter.
Shriek, shriek, shriek.
499 snare, a trap for catching.
Snare, 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 snare.
Set a snare, caught in a snare for the unwary.
Snare, 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 snare.
Tipping under rhetoric, persuasive or exaggerated language.
Rhetoric, 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 rhetoric.
Political rhetoric, empty rhetoric. Use rhetoric skillfully.
Rhetoric, 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 rhetoric.